Good day, everyone. Welcome back to Clean Cut EDC. Man, I'm super excited because today, finally, at last, we are doing a how to stone wash and acid wash your blade or acid etch your blade tutorial. So this video has been a long time coming and I wanted to do one last year, but yeah, life got chaotic. I had my wedding, I had my honeymoon. So finally I'm back in the routine and I can do this video. Now, the original plan, just to inform you guys, there will be a video coming out on the Odin, all right, where I wanted to sort of modify the Odin to have an antique look with a golden or like an antique, almost like an old coppery look to the pivot and the pocket clip and then also the liners. However, I wanted to acid etch and stone wash the blade. After I anodized the knife, all the hardware, the screws and everything, I put it back together just to see what it looks like. And then, unfortunately, I had to go do other stuff and I sort of didn't get time to get back to finishing the video. So, forwarding like 2 months later, 2.5 months later, because I didn't lubricate the pivot, I ended up stripping the pivot when I wanted to loosen the pivot and take the blade off, which is not good, and which means that I can't really stone wash the blade now without harming my scales as well. So I'm devastated and super depro and negative about the fact that I stripped my pivot, but it is what it is. We're still gonna acid etch the blade as best as I can. I just want to try it, and I will still post that video with the new footage that I will be making today. But as for today's video, we are talking about the Nebula. Yes, the pickled steel Nebula. It is in D2, which means that it will etch quite quickly, but also a fantastic thing about acid etching is it protects your blade from rust to some extent. So, and the stone wash obviously from wear and tear. So just a few things to know before you embark on this on this project. First thing is you are going to have to put a new edge on your knife. There's no way around it. Your edge will be blunt at the end of this project, right? The second thing to know is just everything that you're going to need, because it's quite a lot. So get a notebook out. Maybe I'll put it on the screen if I remember. But yes, let's talk through it. So first up, you want to clean. First up, actually, you're going to need some tools to take your knife apart. So if you are a pickled steel fan, you will get a little Torx bit with your knife. This, by the way, is not the Torx bits that I used when I stripped my pivot. It was a honey badger Torx bit. And then, yeah, just need some, yeah, here is the culprit, the vetter in question. So just need some tools to take your knife apart, some Torx bits. For this, it will be, I'm pretty sure it's going to be T8 pivot, T8 body screws, T6 pocket clip. Yes. Right. So that's the first stuff you're going to need. Then you're going to need something to clean your knife with. I just use a very strong hand sanitizer and just a basic piece of toilet paper or whatever, paper towel. Then you are going to need nail polish. So this is something that I struggled to get, but luckily my wife helped me out. So I got some nail polish. Very important, probably the most important, is going to be your ferric chloride. This is going to be the acid that you're going to use for acid etching your blade, right? So you can't do this without the ferric chloride. Next, you're going to need a container to contain your ferric chloride. You want to, I'm saying this, I'm going to say it twice, you want to mix your acid by 3 parts water, 1 part ferric chloride, right? So if you're using a liter, then you want to use 250 milliliters of ferric chloride in 750 milliliters of water. Quick maths. Yes. So just use a dispensable container, nothing metallic, right? That's not going to be good. You want to use glass or even plastic will be fine. Right, then you will need some gloves for this, just to protect your hands a little bit, because it is acid and it is toxic. Be in a well-ventilated area. If you can be outside, that's even better, right? Then just a container to wash off your knife in, and then something to suspend your blade with. So I'm going to use just a marker, and then I'm going to run this little line through my blade and sort of dispense it like this. So just so that your blade hangs in the water and it's not leaning against the sides of the container, or you have to push your hand into the container to extract the blade. This will also be a little McGafter that we're going to use for our Odin later to suspend the blade like that on top of the ferrichloride. Right, and then finally for our stonewash, you are going to definitely need a very nice container. I like the wafer stick container because then I get to eat the wafer sticks with some rocks in there. Now, with the rocks here, the medium it doesn't really matter, right? With this, I might take out, with this particular knife, I might take out a few of the larger rocks because I'm just a little bit worried about that tip. That tip is very acute, very fine, and it just feels like it's asking to break. So I'm not saying it's badly made or anything like that. I'm just saying that is how it was designed and that is how it was made to be a fine, functional tip. But that's not going to be great when we are doing a stonewash, especially the method we are using, which is going to be just to tumble it by hand. Okay, guys, I'm going to take the knife apart and then let's get into the tutorial. Right guys, so we've got the blade. Now something that's interesting is it's got a stop pin inset into the blade, so you can't take this guy out, unfortunately, to some degree. We'll make a plan, we'll work around it. I didn't expect that, but it's not the end of the world. We're gonna do it. It's fine. So now for the next step, you want to clean off your blade. Okay guys, so unfortunately I lost the footage of me painting the track with nail polish. So I just want to show you guys, you will see it in the video coming up, but I just clearly want to show you guys where to paint your nail polish. So anything that touches a stop pin or any other piece of metal, right? Anything between, you know, the scales and the blade where the ball bearings run, as in with this case you'll have washers though, but it's the same idea. The detent tract is probably the most important piece to actually cover with nail polish. Your detent tract, any back areas of the tang where it will hit a stop pin, all of this needs to be covered with nail polish so that you don't etch these spaces, right? You don't want to etch them because it changes the surface level. It changes the surface smoothness, which can dramatically affect just the way your deployment runs and also how smooth your knife is operating, as well as blade play. If you want to do a design on your blade, you can definitely do that. Just paint it on with nail polish and it shouldn't etch. I will do that in a future video, but for today, let's just get back to the Nebula. Alright, so after you've successfully coated your blade and everything is dried up, you just want to put a little bit of alcohol on a Q-tip and just rub your blade, especially the part that's only the part that's going to be acid etched, not the, obviously not the nail polish part. But yeah, just cover it, because any imperfections right now will show up once you dip it in the acid, and then there will be no going back, my friend. So make sure everything is nice and perfect and ready for the acid bath. Right. Okay, let's turn it over. Now we're going to prep our blade by attaching a little string to it. So this can be anything. I'm just using a basic nylon fishing line. Okay, and now I'll attach the other end to our little marker. Right, so just to show you guys, this is how it should be hanging in your acid. Okay, so I'm going to prep the acid. We're going to take 3 parts water, 1 part acid, right? I'll be right back. Alright, so I just used a measuring cup to measure out the water. So first up, what you want to do is you want to fill your glass, and then you want to throw it into the cup to see how much there is, and then divide it obviously by 4 so that you get a good ratio, right? You don't want to throw your acid into the glass first, or into the container first. First the water, then your acid. Okay. Alright guys, so let's see what we've got here. I think it should be just about ready. Look at that. I'm gonna get just my other knife to compare it for you guys. So this is what it used to look like, right? Beautiful satin finish. And this is what we've got right now. So it's almost a darkish gray. It's not black, but it's this darkish gray, right? So I'm gonna leave this for just another minute and see if we can just get it a little bit more on the darker side. Alright guys, so I think that will do the trick. Yes, that is just about what we want. Let's rinse it off and see what we've got. Sometimes you have to sort of rinse it quite a lot to actually, oh man, that is ridiculously cool. Wow, that is nice. Damn, that's fine. Okay, I really like that. Should I maybe put it back? I'm gonna put it back just a little bit more. I really want that dark look, but yeah, we'll see. Right, so it should be done now. I don't see it getting any darker really, so this will have to do. You're gonna have to rinse it quite a few times before it shows its true colors, but that's sort of what we've got, right? So it took exactly 15 minutes for me to acid etch, or at least the time spent in the acid bath was 15 minutes on a D2 blade. Okay, so you really just want to clean off the acid very well from the blade, right? You don't really want to see that true color. It's quite dark now. That's exactly what I'm actually looking for. You might have to rinse and repeat until it actually shows what it's made of. Okay, so what can be helpful is actually just taking an old toothbrush and just cleaning all the excess acid off. Guys, just watch out for your nail polish, because we still need to stonewash, so you don't really want to take off the nail polish, right? You still want those areas protected a little bit. Okay, cool. Let's do the stonewash. Right, so I've got my container and I've got my medium. I'm going to just take a few of these larger rocks out. I'm just a little bit worried about that tip breaking on me, but it's not like you're aggressively shaking this around, right? Let's try this. So you drop in your blade. You're going to drop your blade into the container, and obviously you can leave your blade this way, right? If you just wanted to acid etch your blade, this is perfect. You can definitely just leave it this way. Let me see what that should look like. Just going to paint a little picture. So there we've got it, sort of. That's what it would have looked like. But we are doing the full tour. So let's do that. Then we are going to take our lid. And now you're just going to shake in little motions like this, right? So you're just going to shake in little motions like this. Not aggressive, not for too long. You're just going to tumble it basically. Right, you can also throw in a little bit of dish soap and a little bit of water, just to get things going a little bit quicker and smoother. not a lot, just so I've tumbled this thing using gentle tumble motions. This is basically what you're doing. You're just cruising along, just shaking it gently, no hard shaking or anything like that, tumbling it around, shaking. That's in a sense what you're just constantly doing. Then just check every now and again if it has the desired effect. I've checked now and I think it turned out all good. So you guys remember what it looked like earlier? This is what it's looking like now. It's not the best light. Once again, I will show you guys outside. But yes, we've got a successful stonewash on this blade, which is awesome. Damn, it looks cool. Okay, I'm gonna clean this off. You wanna clean off your nail polish with some alcohol, and then I am actually going to put the knife back together, take a few photos, take a few videos, and then show you guys the end result. But that's the tutorial, guys. Awesome stuff. Right, guys, so that's that for our Nebula. I've decided to name this one now the Nebula AS, as in Acid Stonewash. So yeah, so there we have it. I am super happy with how this turned out. I think it's just super cool. So yeah, I love it. Sorry about the whole nail polish situation, but yeah, that's not the end of things. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Have a nice day, and remember that no knife means no life.